Max Salazar, welcome back to Draconum Dawn, where I read my book, Draconum Dawn, to you for free. All right, so continuing on in part 1, we are going to read chapter 12 today. Okay. Kira. The oval room that served as the Supreme Chancellor's fitness room went unused. Insul preferred walking about the network of halls that comprised the Mons Luz, the name given to the Quet's headquarters. More recently, Kira imagined the mostly empty room as a place for her and Sax to listen to music, and maybe rhythmically move their legs and wings. Aquila, to Kira's disappointment, had other plans. The little cardio equipment that once sparsely filled a room was gone. On the walls, however, various instruments of battle were suspended with gravity hooks, waiting only to be taken. Kira's groggy black eyes were jarred wide awake when Aquila grabbed her without warning and threw her onto the replicated grass mats that covered the cold granite floor. She cried out, disoriented and in pain. Ouch! What? Aquila, that hurt. Good. Now you'll learn to never let your guard down or keep your back to a door, regardless of where you are or whom you are with. Get up, she snapped suddenly, or I will teach you another unwanted flying lesson. Without having to be told twice, the teenager spryly got to her feet, using the technique she learned from her attacker many sound cycles ago. She remained cautiously aware of Aquila, but opened her ears to her sides and rear just in case a trap was set for her. Good. You're being cautious, but you can relax a bit. For now. I have a scale generator for you. Typically, you would train for more stealth rotations before practicing at this level of training, but your mother's assassination necessitates you begin training now. You've had enough time to grieve, thanks to your uncle. Aquila squinted her eyes as she thought of conducting this training behind Val's back. She may be Kira's constant protector, ensuring the youngling's safety, but Val was her formal and legal guardian. He raved about her being too young and fragile, especially so close to her mother's death. You must protect her emotionally as well as physically, he chided her. Fortunately, she sealed the doors from within and instructed the 2 sentries and the office administrator that they were not to be disturbed. Kira was preparing for her monthly cleaning, she warned. Aquila strode towards her ward, the movements of her wiry and powerful muscles visible through her red plumage. For scale training, both females stood without robes or coverings of any kind. Here, place the wristlet about your less dominant arm. Once it secures itself, you can activate it with a simple chirp directed at its face. Why are we training for this? I'm excited about it, but I thought my uncle forbade you to train me on how to fight with one. Kira anxiously looked up to her protector, unsure why Aquila would disobey a direct order from Val, a clan elder and her uncle and guardian. We never saw your mother's death coming. Your uncle is too much of a politician to see this necessity. So, how did you get the scale generators? I thought you could only requisition them from the Draconum clan and the General Jet. Aquila looked at her ward with beggar's eyes as she began to shake her wings needlessly. Oh, I see. Wow, I didn't think we could trust a general, let alone get his help on anything. I think you are forgetting that I am a lieutenant colonel and report directly to him, not your uncle. Kira looked down at the ground as she shuffled her feet from front to back and then side to side, thinking about what she just learned. Aquila, can we trust him? No, little one. You should trust no one. The warrior bird placed a wristlet on her arm and activated it. You should activate your armor, she warned. Unsure of what tone to use, Kira stared at the wristlet and just chirped the first one that came to mind. Instantly, she felt a cold chill race about her soft red feathers. It was invigorating. It felt good, really good, as if she could punch through stone. Looking about her thin figure, she saw what looked like fish scales covering her from head to tail. A tail! On cue, her instructor warbled a familiar sound, bringing up holoreflectors throughout the large room. Go ahead and get it, looking out of the way. And yes, your tail is much larger. It is a weapon that you can slash and beat with, the slashing with the razor tip at the bottom. The weight itself acts as a club. It will be cumbersome on the ground, but in the air it will help you with tight aerial maneuvers. The young chancellor stared in awe at the visage before her. I look like a dragon, Aquila. A smile formed behind Aquila's own scales, invisible to her ward. Yes, in fact, this armor is where the human concept of dragons originated from. They even fought with us many, many stellar rotations ago. Some even had the privilege of riding on our backs, but those were few and far between. Humans, she corrected. They know about us? They knew of us. To them, our history has been relegated to yore, she corrected. You must seriously keep up with your history lessons, Kira. Life is more than science and mathematics. Yes, Aquila, I will definitely do some catch-up studies now, she beamed. The first thing you need to know is that this armor is as hard as titanium, but we and humans have weapons that can penetrate the scales. You are not invincible. For 2 hours, the two female birds practiced defensive ground techniques. Aquila struck and Kira parried. By the end of the drills, Kira felt like the armor was no more than a flapping robe. Both tired from their rigorous training and headed for a steam clean, and then ordered a hearty breakfast of synth meats, fruit, and glacier water. Remember, Kira, not a word to your uncle if you want to continue our workouts. When you are ready, we will conduct a test flight, with the EM Scrambler, of course, and we will be activating the visualizer. With your permission, of course. Are you serious? You want to fly? And there's a visualizer? Wow. Oh, don't worry, Aquila. I won't say a word. I love wearing the scales. Kira looked one more time at the holoreflectors, admiring her visage. You need to learn to fly, and there is a visualizer. It will allow you to see in various electromagnetic wavelengths and across visual comms from base command. Excited what she had just heard, she focused on the holoreflectors once again. I really do look like a dragon, don't I? As the fledgling warrior chancellor continued to stare at her armored reflection, Aquila thought to herself, indeed, you are Draconum. Okay, that wraps up our short chapter for the day, and if you happen to like this format where I read to you for free, please click the like and subscribe buttons. All right, you guys have a great week, and catch you next time.